Wait, stop.
What's that?
What is that? That's interesting.
That's a strange feature, isn't it?
What if everything we thought we knew about Smith's Cove was wrong? For decades, explorers, treasure hunters, and skeptics have tried to unlock its secrets. But now, for the first time in history, an advanced quantum AI scan has peeled back layers of Earth, stone, and time itself, revealing something completely unexpected. No human eye has ever seen it. No camera has ever captured it. And yet, it changes everything we believed about this mysterious place. Before we dive into the shocking new discovery, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss the mysteries we uncover next. Because what was found beneath Smith's Cove may rewrite history, rebooting the mystery. For more than 2 centuries, everyone's been obsessed with the Oak Island money pit. But here's the deal. The real story, the real danger, has always been lurking just a few hundred feet away at Smith's Cove.
No idea how deep that is, huh?
Got no feel for it yet?
I mean, you wouldn't think it'd just be one single wall. Either there's another wall here, or there's one over there.
This is the spot where searchers first found the infamous flood tunnels back in the 1800s. 5 box drains shaped like a hand pointing out to sea. The legend says they are a booby trap designed to flood the money pit with seawater the moment any treasure hunter gets close. And for 200 years, that's all anyone thought they were. A clever 17th century security system.
If this is a feature that was once constructed to allow water to pass from Smith's Cove to the depths in the money pit, it'd be more than huge.
Yeah, about that. A secretive technology group, let's call them Project Deep Quantum, just got access to the mother lode of Oak Island data. We're talking every seismic scan, every LiDAR map, the ground-penetrating radar, water salinity tests, soil composition, dendrochronology on the wood, and even the metallic content from the golden egg in the money pit. They fed this ocean of information, terabytes of data, into a quantum annealing processor. This isn't your normal AI. This is a machine designed to find patterns so complex that a normal supercomputer would take thousands of years to spot them. The AI's prime directive: analyze the complete hydraulic system of Oak Island, focusing on Smith's Cove. The results came back in less than 3 minutes. What most people don't realize is that the Lagina brothers themselves provided the most critical and most dangerous clues. Remember when the team was digging in the uplands near Smith's Cove, trying to find the source of the flood tunnels? Billy Gerhardt's excavator suddenly hit something. Water didn't just leak in, it shot up. It came squirting up from the bottom like a geyser.
The water's squirting up from the bottom. You'll see it in the back corner.
Oh, yeah. Do we know if it's fresh or salt?
Don't know.
That single observation turned out to be a major variable for the AI. The team on the show was pumped. They thought they had finally located the flood tunnel. But the AI reached a wildly different conclusion. It broke down the amount of pressure needed to create a geyser like that. This wasn't some basic gravity-fed leak. The pressure was far too intense. The water wasn't seeping in. It was being forced in. And here's the wild part. The AI's model suggests that the entire Smith's Cove setup isn't a passive system at all. It's an active, high-pressure machine. The box drains aren't just there to let water enter. They're actually intake valves built to capture the massive power of the Bay of Fundy tides, which are the highest tides on Earth, rising more than 50 feet. The AI mapped what it believes is a series of underground chambers carved into the bedrock, acting as hydraulic accumulators. They store tidal pressure, building it up to thousands of pounds per square inch. The shocking part is that the wooden structures the team uncovered aren't just supports for tunnels. The AI flagged the thick 2-inch planks found 30 feet down as something else entirely. It identified them as the remnants of old sluice gates and check valves, made to control and channel that enormous pressure. The AI then compared this with another frustrating event at Smith's Cove: the constant, dangerous cave-ins. Remember when the team was digging and the entire wall collapsed like wet sand? Everyone had to scramble out. The team assumed it was just unstable ground. But the quantum model claims it wasn't random. It says the system was responding. When the excavator breached a chamber, the mechanism tried to correct the break. The geyser acted as a pressure release, and the cave-in was the system deliberately collapsing the hole to seal the opening. The AI concluded that the Smith's Cove mechanism is actually a water-powered weapon. It's a catastrophic hydraulic trap built for one purpose: to obliterate the money pit area with a concentrated blast of water, sand, and rock, not simply to flood it, but to destroy it. And the most chilling part of the whole analysis? The AI believes the system is still at least partly active. The team isn't just digging, they're defusing a 200-year-old trap. And the AI's breakdown of the trigger is even more unsettling. It's basically a machine made entirely of water. So here's the thing. To understand why the AI's conclusion is so disturbing, we have to look back at what the team already uncovered at Smith's Cove. This is where things go off the charts. In one of their biggest undertakings, the Lagina brothers built a massive steel cofferdam to push back the ocean. They pumped the cove dry, and what they uncovered baffled everyone. They found the well-known U-shaped structure, a huge wooden framework buried deep beneath the beach. They also discovered the original box drains and, strangely, an entirely second set of drains sitting right above them. Everyone became obsessed with dating the wood. Was it from the 1700s? Was it older? Some of the dendrochronology results came back unclear, but old. But the AI approached it differently. Instead of asking, how old? It asked, why? Why would anyone build a huge U-shaped structure? Why build 2 sets of drains? And the AI's answer is a total game-changer. The U-shaped structure wasn't a wharf. It wasn't a ship ramp. According to the quantum model, it was a baffle. It was a wave breaker engineered to soften the force of the ocean before it reached the intake valves. This allowed the system to absorb the tide without ripping itself apart. It's an unbelievably advanced form of engineering, but the intakes are the frightening part. The AI suggests that the deeper original box drains were the primary high-pressure intakes. The second set, the later ones, were a modification. They formed a low-pressure system. But why would the builders need 2 systems? This is where the AI connects everything to an event from 1866. A group of treasure hunters known as the Halifax Company believed they had finally figured it all out. They thought, just like the Laginas later would, that they could shut down the flood tunnels at Smith's Cove. They built a dam and tried to dig out the tunnels, and in the process, they reported finding the first drains. But then, something went horribly wrong. Historical accounts mention sudden, catastrophic collapses. The ground in the money pit area, hundreds of feet away, reportedly sank. The AI model suggests the Halifax Company didn't just fail to stop the tunnels, they accidentally triggered the system. They damaged the high-pressure mechanism. So here's the theory built from the AI's report. The original builders, or maybe a later group, returned to the island after the damage was done. They saw the system had been compromised. They realized the high-pressure destroyer mechanism was now unstable. They couldn't repair it, so they sealed it off. The AI suggests they purposely collapsed sections of the original tunnels. Then they constructed the second set of drains. This new, shallower system was designed with one specific purpose: to slowly flood the money pit. It was basically a safe mode. It was a newer booby trap layered over the old one, built only to delay and irritate future diggers rather than annihilate them. This means that for all these years, searchers have only been dealing with the decoy trap. The real threat, the original high-pressure system, still sits below, damaged, unstable, and lying right beneath the U-shaped structure. And here's the shocking part. The AI suggests the constant digging by the Laguna team, the cofferdam, the heavy equipment, the deep drilling, is now breaching that safe mode cap. They're waking up the original machine. The geyser Billy saw wasn't from the newer tunnel. It came from the old one. And the AI zeroed in on what it believes is the engine that powers the entire system. That strange pulse from the pit. This is where everything finally clicked together, and the picture turned unsettling. The AI didn't stop with Smith's Cove. It took its new hydraulic destroyer model and aimed it straight at the money pit. It focused on two clues from the transcript that no one could ever make sense of: the golden egg and the underground booming noises. Let's start with the golden egg. That's the name the team gave to a 30 by 50-foot oval section of the money pit. They call it that because water tests from this small zone consistently showed high copper, lead, zinc, and tin. People are obsessed with this. They think it's the treasure vault itself. They think the metals are leaking from a chest of gold and silver coins that is rotting away. But the AI report rejects that idea completely. According to the quantum model, those specific metals, copper, zinc, lead, at those levels in salt water can only indicate one thing: a giant galvanic cell. In simple terms, the golden egg isn't a treasure chest, it's a battery. A massive, centuries-old battery buried 100 feet underground, slowly dissolving into the earth. But here's the twist. Why would a hydraulic destroyer machine need a huge battery? The AI says the hydraulic system is the muscle. The battery is the brain. It runs the triggers. The AI believes this battery sends a low-voltage electrical current to a series of something. Maybe sensors, maybe trigger mechanisms for the sluice gates. The model can't identify the exact components, just that it is undeniably a power source. And that's when the second clue enters the picture: the booming sounds. Remember Dr. Ian Spooner, the geologist? He was taking a water sample from borehole EN13 right inside the golden egg zone when he heard it. He said it was like boom, boom, boom. He thought it was thunder, but the sound came from the well itself. He said it lasted for about 30 seconds. At the time, the team guessed it was a collapse, maybe a nearby tunnel or cavity giving way. But the AI ran thousands of simulations. A simple collapse doesn't match the sound profile or the water data that came afterward. Right after the booming, the water sample changed color. It turned a deep yellow. Dr. Spooner said that meant the water had just reached a new source of old wood. The AI's conclusion? That booming wasn't a collapse at all. It was the machine activating. The model suggests the drill from borehole EN13 got too close. It may have short-circuited the battery. The booming noises were the hydraulic mechanisms, the same sluice gate structures the AI identified back at Smith's Cove, slamming shut or trying to move. The machine tried to fire. It misfired because the system is ancient and badly damaged. It failed, but it attempted to operate. The booming was the sound of giant water-soaked timbers shifting underground, and the yellow water was the churned-up debris from the floor of a hidden chamber. The AI's report claims the team probably came within inches of triggering a full-scale catastrophic release. They disturbed the engine, the golden egg, which tried to send a signal to the weapon system at Smith's Cove. The only reason everything didn't blow was because 200 years of decay weakened the machine. But the AI's final conclusion is the one that flips the entire story upside down. Not a vault, but a prison. So here's the reality check. We've got a quantum AI saying Smith's Cove isn't just a flood trap. It's a hydraulic weapon. We've got a golden egg that isn't treasure at all, but a massive underground battery. And we have signs that the whole setup actually tried to activate. This brings us to the final, grounding moment. Are we supposed to trust a cutting-edge AI over 200 years of legend? Could all of this just be coincidence? Is the AI simply connecting dots that no one else would? Maybe. But the AI ends on one simple question that has never been answered. Why? Why would anyone, whether it was Templars, pirates, or Francis Bacon, build a machine this complicated, this powerful, and this dangerous just to guard a chest of gold? It's absurd. The engineering behind this hydraulic destroyer would have cost far more than any treasure it could be guarding. According to the AI, we're missing the biggest piece of the puzzle. We've been making the wrong assumption from the start. The final report from Project Deep Quantum delivers a frightening alternative. The system on Oak Island was not designed to protect something valuable. It was designed to contain something dangerous. The AI argues Oak Island isn't a vault at all. It's a prison. Think about it. The booby trap isn't meant to drown intruders. It's engineered to bury the money pit under 100 feet of rock and clay. It's a last resort self-destruct system. What could possibly be so important, or so threatening, that the builders would rather obliterate it forever than let anyone reach it? And this is where the AI ties in the final part of the transcript, the Vikings. The team was talking about L'Anse aux Meadows, the Viking settlement 625 miles away. The AI points out that the engineering behind Oak Island, the scale, the precision, the complexity, is far beyond what 17th century pirates or even the Templars were capable of. But what about someone before them? The AI's theory suggests the whole treasure narrative might be a fabrication, a story crafted by the original builders to lure people to the island. The treasure is the bait. The trap is the real purpose. The AI proposes the machine was never meant to hide wealth. It was meant to be discovered. It was meant to be interfered with. It was built not to protect what's inside, but to send out a message. The AI's final shocking claim is that the Oak Island machine is a beacon, a doomsday alert system. And the booming sound wasn't a misfire. It was the machine sending out a pulse. It's the most extreme theory of all, but according to the quantum model, it's the only one that fits every piece of evidence: the bizarre metals, the advanced engineering, the layered water systems, and the overwhelming destructive capability of the trap. So, what is Oak Island? A treasure vault? Or a terrifying ancient prison? You decide. And if you want more mind-bending mysteries, make sure to hit subscribe and give this video a like.